When I was a child, my mom used to tell me, Andrea, there are two things you need to study well: math and English, because the Chinese are coming.
Global warning, the Chinese are coming, the imperialist world was done by kings.
10 years after, China has 20% share of the global GDP, and the intelligence unit of The Economist forecasts that before 2026, China's nominal GDP will be bigger than the American one. Right now, if you say that China is not going to be the world leader, you look like a person that doesn't live on Earth, that doesn't seem to realize where the world is going. But no matter how big China's growth has been, there's a condition for China to continue its rise. But to understand this, we have to realize what economic growth is based on. The thing that is needed the most for a country to grow economically is creative disruption. Creative disruption is the continuous innovation in society that happens, for example, at a technological level, that creates the demand for new skills. This demand for new skills creates new opportunities for people to enter in the market. And so people who came from nothing, or let's say lower standards of living, can rise up to the top. What creative disruption means is a radical change, not in just technology, but in the way that capital and labor are distributed in society. Generally, creative disruption finds its way more easily in countries that have more democratized institutions, inclusive institutions that let people enjoy the fruits of their hard work. Sometimes we can have economic growth sustained by creative disruption, even in countries that have extractive institutions, because they have the possibility, since they have a more centralized and organized power, that this power, if they take good decisions, they can organize things well. The problem of these countries then becomes that once innovation happened and technological disruption arrived and economic change happened, you have people that took advantage of it, they made a lot of money, and they want to keep the power they have. So the people who have power feel that those people who made a lot of money, so have a lot of economic power, will take the political power. So the people who have the political powers start trying to stop the economic development because they fear of losing their grip on power. And this is what might happen with China. The Chinese Communist Party may realize that the people that took advantage, for example, of the internet revolution, of the fintech revolution, and all the changes that are happening in the economy and in the tech sector, especially right now, like e-commerce, just to give you an example, the political elite, Chinese political elite, may realize, well, guys, right now we are in danger because these people have more money, more charismatic power, more influence than all of us. So we might lose power, and once they fear it, they're going to try to stop them. Now, the problem is not that these people who have power are going to stop some people who made money. The problem is they're going to stop the people who own and lead the companies who are leading creative disruption in that specific country. But if we take a look at what happened, we can see that this fear has already started. By the end of 2020, the founder and CEO of Alibaba Group, Jack Ma, disappeared from the public attention, and its Ant IPO, Ant was a company affiliated with Alibaba Group, was stopped from being listed to the in the stock exchange. But even if China started having inclusive political and economic institutions, they will have a big problem. monopolies. Monopolies like Alibaba and Tencent that we would control the economy. Controlling the economy means that they don't have any other competitor that is able to compete with them, and so basically they can control prices and quality of the products, and this would really slow the process of creative disruption. I want to read to you a great part of this book, Why Nations Fail, from Doron Acemoglu, American economist, who says the synergistic relationship between extractive economic and political institutions introduces a strong feedback loop. Political institutions enable the elites controlling political power to choose economic institutions with few constraints or opposing forces. They also enable the elites to structure future political institutions and their evolution. Extractive economic institutions, in turn, enrich the same elites, and their economic wealth and power help consolidate their political dominance. So the truth is that nobody knows the contingent path of history. There are countries like Russia, or better say, the Soviet Union, that had really extractive economic and political institutions that had a great economic growth for something like 40 years, and then they collapsed. There are countries that managed to switch from extractive institutions to inclusive institutions and keep their growth going on very well, like South Korea. The truth is that nobody knows the contingent path of history. So whenever you hear someone telling you what's sure about the future, take a step back and read some great books and watch some great videos.